Hi, I'm Daphne Adams, Student Involvement Coordinator, and I'm going to try to help explain the student like equipment checkout form. Okay, so you go on your forms and then you click equipment checkout, and then you want to put in your organization name, like for instance, let's just say I'm a part of like just any club, but whatever your club is, you put that in. But let's just say I'm a part of like bowling club or something. And then you want to put in your name, your last name, and then I'm putting in mine, but you would want to put in your own. And then you want to say, oh, what am I? So let's just say, for instance, I'm just a general member. And then you put in your own St. Edward's email account, the organization account. For instance, let's say I'm just gonna like you just do your own account for the whatever it is for your organization, you put in that email and then you click that. And then I would recommend reading these because this is really important. And this is the form. It says your equipment and resource materials are made available at the front desk, and you need your SCU ID. So that can be either just on your phone or the actual physical ID. Just make sure you have it. And then it says it right here, but I feel like a lot of people don't notice that. But reservations should be made at least a week in advance. And if it's not in a week in advance, we will decline it. And I think just to really keep check on that because a lot of the times whenever I get a equipment checkout form and I have to decline it, it's usually because it's not a week in advance. So just really keep in mind on that. So equipment must be returned in within 24 hours of the event ending. So if you check out something from Wednesday to Thursday, then you want to have it turned in by Friday. Is kind of the idea of it. I think the best way to do it is when your event is done, just go to the office if it's open, which the office is open from 9 to 5, Monday to Friday. And so I would recommend just coming in whenever your event's over and turning it in as quickly as possible because if you don't turn in the equipment, then that will look bad for your organization and it might um stop your organization from being allowed to check out equipment. So please keep in mind of that. So equipment must be properly cleaned. I so far have not had any issues with anyone turning in something that was dirty, but if you're turning something back in and it's just not clean and we have to clean it ourselves, then you might get a cleaning fee. And like I've said before, if you don't follow any of these rules, then you might be ineligible to use equipment in the future. And that goes for your organizations as well. And so if you don't follow the rules for turning back in stuff and turning stuff back in on time, you could really hurt the organization and not just yourself. So you really want to be careful with it. So the person who is signing out, and so whoever fills out this form and is putting down their name is the person, for the most part, who is supposed to check it out and is responsible for it. And so, kind of all of the responsibility of that equipment goes to the person filling out this form. And then I feel like this is all pretty explanatory. And then these are the fees for all of the fees or for like if you have to replace anything. And so just be careful about that. And then so the dates of checkout, so let's say I want to do it just to be safe, I'm gonna do it in November, just so I'm really safe. And so I'm doing November 3rd to November 5th. And then I want to do top bartender machine. And then you can do multiple things or not. And then date of submission right now, it is 10. And then I would press submit if I was actually trying to check out something. And so that's just in how you do the form. I think the biggest thing is the week in advance, but also you might get declined if you submit the form and there's already people checking out top pretenders on that day or checking out stuff on that day because it is first come, first serve for a lot of things. And so you also might get declined because homecoming's coming up, and if you check out something during homecoming, you might get declined just because student involvement needs a lot of the equipment for our own events during homecoming. And so usually though, if you get declined for anything that's not like a week in advance, then you're probably gonna get an email from SCU Oryx just telling you that so you're aware. I would just like say just to really read through everything and make sure you're like sending stuff out on time and planning everything really a week in advance. I think it's better to do at least a week, maybe more in advance, just so you really can make sure you have the equipment you need. And if you have any questions, just email SEU Orgs. Thank you.